Hello, in this video, I will show you how to create and manage virtual environment in Python. Are you ready? Let's go. So let's start with the definition. What is a virtual environment? A virtual environment is actually a way to isolate our project. For this case, it is a Python project from other projects. So why do we need them? We need those virtual environments to isolate all the dependencies and also all the requirements for that project specifically. Okay, let's say we want to Dockerize our Python project in Docker container. Then we need to only take all the dependencies and all the requirements of that virtual environment. We only copy them and we put it in that Docker file. We also need it when we want to share our projects with others so that we don't have to copy all the dependencies. We only put or we only write down all the dependencies in a requirement files and we share that requirement files with others and we also share the code. We only need to take our code and to install all the dependencies of the requirements in their own virtual environment. So that's how we use it and we implement it today. So let's go.
So now let's set up our new Python virtual environment. So for that, you need to have VS Code installed. You also need to have Python 3 installed. So I will add the links down below for all those installation and hope you are done. Let's go. So for that, you are going to open a folder. Let's go. Let me choose any folder here. Capital tuto venv tuto, so I can delete it so that I can show you how to create a new. Okay, so let's create a new folder. Let's call it venv settings. Venv python tuto. Okay, so now let's open this folder. Okay, the folder is now opened. We can now open our terminal, new terminal. And first of all, to start, we need to have virtualenv installed. So that is a dependency that we need. We need to install that module. So we install it with pip install virtualenv. So if you have a Mac or a Linux, it's the same steps. So don't worry. I will always mention when there is any differences. So make sure you just write pip install virtualenv in your Mac or your Linux. So now we have installed virtualenv. We can now create a new virtual environment. So it is virtualenv. Then let's call it my env. That our new environment, my env. Okay, check it here. Okay, as you can see, now my env is created. That is our virtual environment, and we now need to activate our virtual environment so that we can start installing dependencies actually in that virtual environment. So for that, we are going to first of all activate it. If you have a Mac or Linux, you have to write source my env bin activate. Let me show it to you. Let me copy paste. Okay, that's the code you have to write if you have a Linux. Source my env bin activate. But if you have a Windows, just write my env, then script, then activate. And check it here. Your environment was successfully activated when you can see here the name of your environment in brackets. So your env was successfully activated. Let's clear it. Now we can start installing all the dependencies in our virtual environment. Let's say we need Flask. So we install pip install Flask. So now we install Flask in our virtual environment. Okay, now Flask is installed. Let's say we also need to install Flask course. So just write pip install Flask course. Okay, let's also install it. So now, as you can see, all those dependencies are now installed here. So if you check it here carefully, you will see it. You can see Flask and Flask core are actually installed in your virtual environment. So now let's clear the console. And if you want to take all the requirements we need for this project specifically, now we now need to copy all the dependencies in a file. We call that file requirements. So let's say pip freeze and then slash requirements .txt. So check it here. Oh, what is it here? So that is all the dependencies we need for our project. So especially you can see there is Flask and there's also Flask course. So next time when you want to use it, so to install another all the dependencies depending from this requirement txt, you will need to say pip install and you take -r and then you write the name of the file requirements.txt. That's how you can install it from another computer. If you copy the code from another computer, that means actually when you want to share your project, you don't even need this mynv file. So this mynv folder, you don't need it. You only take the requirement.txt and you copy it with that file. Okay, let's just now create a new Python file, app.py, just to test it if it works. Let's say print hello world. Hello world. Okay, we now need to print it, and to prove you that it actually needs Flask, we will import Flask here. Import from Flask, let me make it bigger. Okay, from Flask import Flask. Okay, as you can see, it is recognizing our virtual environment. So if it is not recognizing our virtual environment, you have to do it manually here. You come here, as you can see Python, you see the version here. We actually have our virtual environment activated, but if it isn't automatically activated, you have to do it manually. So you come here and you say enter interpreter path. So you say find, you go to mynv and then script, and then you choose your Python. And now we also recognize it. So we can print just the horn to see if it is working. Let me first clear all this. Clear. So let's say Python, then Flask, then app.py. So we can see our hello world. So we are actually working with our virtual environment and all the installation will be done here. So once more time, if you need to install the dependencies from this requirements.txt, we just say python install -r requirements.txt and you install all the requirements listed in this file. So I hope you really liked it. Here we are, your virtual environment. See you next time. So here we are at the end of this video. I hope you really liked it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new video. Take care. Bye-bye.